Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a little bit special, a Bachmann Class 37 which I'll be weathering and giving away to the Model Rail Replacement Podcast charity raffle. This means that you could win this amazing locomotive along with a whole load of other fantastic prizes if you've entered. Now James and little Sam have done fantastic in raising over £4,000 for Cash for Kids. Genuinely well done lads, I'm proud to call you my friends. And just to be completely clear before we start, this is a brand new locomotive which I paid for out of my own pocket. Right, let's get to it. Here's the loco itself. This is Bachmann's latest version of the Class 37, finished in BR Departmental Grey. It's fitted with DCC sound and uses the Plux 22 chassis, so a really nice model straight out of the box. First job is to remove the body. That means undoing the 8 screws underneath and then carefully unclipping the wires from the PCB. I use a pair of tweezers to gently ease them out of the sockets. Gently does it. With the body separated, I start by cutting some masking tape to cover the wipers. Then I use Humbrol Mascal to mask all the glazing and marker lights. I fitted the buffer beam details to one end while leaving the NEM coupling in place at the other. Next up, I remove the unwanted tampo printing. I'm modelling this loco in late 1990s EWS condition, when it no longer carried the Doonray nameplates or BR arrows. These are removed using a cotton bud soaked in isopropyl alcohol. I also remove the overhead electric warning flashes, as these need to be updated to the later modern style versions. I remove the car headlamp from the nose ends and file the excess plastic flush with the nose front. Once that's done, I use some model filler to fill the hole and leave it to dry a couple of hours. When it's fully dry, I smooth everything back with some fine sandpaper. Now I mask off the nose ends and spray the repaired areas. I always spray pink as a base coat. This is a brilliant tip I picked up from Sam of Emperor's Path, before applying the top coat of yellow. It really does make the yellow pop. For spraying, I use this handy Tamiya paint stand, which makes handling the bodies much easier. The pink and yellow are Games Workshop's Emperor's Children and Real Yellow, if that's how you say it. Once the yellow is dry, I carefully peel away the masking tape and reveal some lovely fresh looking nose ends. Next, I spray a light grey over the body to fade down the factory paintwork. By the late 90s, these locos were looking pretty tired, with worn paint and the beginnings of rust in patches. This layer is all about toning everything down and knocking back that out-of-the-box finish. I'm happy with how that looks, so it's time for transfers. I start by spraying a coat of gloss varnish over the whole loco. This gives a smooth surface for the transfers to settle into, and I leave it to dry overnight. The only transfers needed here are the updated yellow warning flashes. These come from a Railtex sheet. I cut them out, soak them and carefully position them on the body. Once I'm happy, I press them into place using a paper towel. The same process is repeated on the nose ends. A quick check against the prototype photos confirms the positioning, so I leave them to dry for a few hours before sealing everything with a matte varnish, spraying the whole loco to remove that glossy finish. Moving on to the chassis, I spray the whole thing with a coat of leather brown, followed by charcoal grey on the roof. I use white paint and dry brushing on the nose ends to fade down the yellow paintwork. It's a really simple technique, but it makes a massive difference. I repeat the same process on the body sides to enhance that faded, well-used look. Next, more dry brushing, this time with a rusty brown along the lower body side and just the tiniest amount on the upper body side. Barely noticeable, but that's exactly the point. Matte black is dry brushed around the exhaust area to represent soot staining. Using a very fine brush and a rust colour, I add rust patches to the nose ends, following the prototype photos. I do the same along the lower body sides. Then, using a cotton bud, lightly soaked in isopropyl alcohol, I wipe downward. It's these subtle layers and combinations of effects that really bring the model to life. With the weathering complete, I reconnect the wiring to the chassis. I've also taken the opportunity to fit a larger speaker while I'm in there. The body is screwed back into place. and the mascot is carefully removed from the windows and lights. And with that, I'm calling it finished. And I think it looks pretty darn good. I really hope whoever wins this locomotive really appreciates it, and I'm sure it'll fit right at home on any layout. Here it is in all its glory, before it gets packaged up and sent off to the model rail replacement headquarters, ready to find its new home. Thanks for watching, and best of luck if you've entered the raffle.